Hey guys, what's up? It's Sunday and I'm at the park and it's so beautiful. And I haven't been in this headspace for a while, so I wanted to capitalize on it and, make a video with this resonance because I've worked my way out of, sorry, I'm gonna get stable here, because I worked my way out of the lack matrix and like the fear, doubt, anxiety mentality that I've had for the past like week, and I've chronicled it as well. So if you want to look back on some of my most recent posts, that's what was going on. But now I'm feeling very different, and I want to create a video on how I came about to feel the way I'm feeling now. And also, it's all tied around a very particular trigger for me. And so this is actually a really vulnerable video, and it's vulnerable, and but again, like, this is the whole reason of me starting a YouTube channel is slash being on social in general, is to put humanity on display, put my version of humanity, my experience on display. And so it's really not hard for me to do things like this just because it's what I feel called to do. It's like the same way these guys behind me like playing tennis. They just feel like it's fueling them, and this is fueling me. So anyway, and as I was getting set up to like record, this kid behind me, there's these kids, like, they're not in frame, but they're creating a game. You know how you play when you're kids with you basically create a game out of nowhere and you have new rules every freaking 5 minutes. And this kid was like, that's not in the rules. And then the other kid was like, you can do whatever you want. And I was like, exactly. Don't forget that, kid. Don't forget that, because it's kind of easy to forget sometimes. So anyway, hi everybody. I am so excited to talk to you about this topic today. And it's all around money, to be honest. And I want to be as vulnerable as I possibly can, and for you guys to kind of like be along this ride with me from the beginning, which is now. So basically, not to sum up too much, but I just got engaged. I just signed a lease to move out of LA for the first time in 10 years with my fiance, and it is freaking nuts right now. Plus, I'm just starting a brand new business. I'm starting, part of that business is me being much more present, much more vulnerable online, on social, and these are all just new things for me. So everything is new. I wouldn't say any of it is particularly really hard, but it's all of it together as a conglomerate is really, really difficult. And I've fallen into like the world of anxiety, doubt, lack, a couple times, and most recently I've been tripped up on money. And because so some backstory here, I have been fortunate enough to have never gone without what I want and what I need. Never. I grew up with parents who would really go way above and beyond for me. I mean, they put themselves in debt to give me an amazing life, and I'm super grateful for that. And for a while I was kind of like, I was almost like, don't get me wrong, I didn't grow up super rich or anything, but I definitely never knew that I never didn't think I could get what I wanted. So if I like knew I wanted to like get better at tennis, I knew I could ask my parents for private tennis lessons and like do that whole thing. So I kind of grew up with this. So also my dad is this crazy entrepreneur guy. Like, his mind just goes like to the biggest. I mean, I grew up like him telling me all of these little like quips, is that what they are? Just like these little sayings, like, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Either way, you're right. Or like, tell me your friends and I'll tell you your future. He's very motivational, and he didn't grow up with much, and he had to do it all on his own. So he really instilled in me like, really, as long as I can dream it, I can actually achieve it. Like, it can actually be my reality. So I was literally programmed with that, and I am forever grateful. On the other hand, my mom is much more practical, yet she would drop everything to make my own dream come true because of how much she loves her kids. So the combination of that really taught me this really cool dichotomy of expansion, big dreams, bigger, practicality, how do you get there, management, behind the scenes. So it made me really successful in school, and it made me really successful in the 9 to 5 world after school. So school wasn't super hard for me, and getting a job wasn't super hard for me either, and climbing the social ladder at the companies I worked at wasn't hard for me either, because I was so programmed to understand those things. Okay, so now that led me all the way up to 2020, and I lost my really amazing job that I had. I was opening up I was operating, and I opened up a social club in Hollywood, and it the business just totally went a different way, and so I lost my job like millions of people during this time. And I honestly saw it then. That's when the big dreamer part of me kicked in and was like, oh, I was like, thank you universe, I know, thank you God, I know what's going on here. I know I'm being called to astronomical abundance, because I had great abundance with the job, but I also, with that, I was still working for someone else, and I was still, you know, I had to be at a certain place every single day, and I felt like I was still sacrificing a lot of my own creativity, even though everyone I worked with was amazing, like really cool people. So it wasn't the job itself, it was the nature of the job. It was the nature of the system of the 9 to 5. So anyway, when I lost my job, I saw it as an opportunity to really have it all for myself, like push myself on my entrepreneurial mind, push my creative mind, push my boundaries, push my my energetic self, push my self-development self, push everything. And I got pushed hard. I mean, because I was super gung. That's why I created Ray Ray. This is the whole reason I created Ray Ray, so I could have some more space. And I got pushed really hard, and thank God I have a solid partner. And dude, this is just such a wow. I'm like really reflecting back and being like really grateful right now, because I have a lot of things working for me, and just like a lot of us do, and I'm not going to waste any more time not being grateful for them. So I have an amazing partner. Obviously now she's my fiance, and we're moving forward in life in a really big way. She's also called to a really big life too. And anyway, cut all of that to the last week or so, I was down in the freaking dumps. Like, I was feeling really bad about myself. All my anxieties, my crippling anxiety was coming back. I wasn't able to make videos. I wasn't able to really, make myself happy. I wasn't able to see like the light at the end of the tunnel at all. My big dreams became really unattainable, and all these things started coming up, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And I realized that I finally found a fault line, a trigger that I'm meant to work on in myself. And so that, combined with this new venture of Ray Ray and me posting videos, has me wanting to be very vulnerable about it. And this video might be a little longer than my normal ones, because I had to do that backstory. But basically, so I learned as a young boy that, how do I want to say this? I learned as a young boy that wealth brings security, and without it, you're not safe. And I say that carefully, because it was nothing directly that my parents did or anything. It was just, my circumstances and my programming that I learned that. And so now that I'm faced with entrepreneurial shit, like, I have to make my own money, and I have to create my own avenues of money. I have to create my own streams. I have to be using my creative mind to work instead of just rely on the 9 to 5, which is super comfortable. It's triggering a lot, because it's not just about the money. It's not that I'm super anxious and scared of just the money aspect. It rings something different inside of me. It brings back that same anxiety that I had a long time ago, which is all about not being good enough. So I found my trigger, and I'm ready to just, instead of fall into the trigger, I'm ready to transmute it. And I feel like by me transmuting it, I'm not only transmuting it for me, I'm transmuting it for a lot of people my age, my generation, people older than me, a lot of people who fall on the same fault line as I do, which is, your money is your status, and your money is your worth, and without it, you're worth nothing. What's funny is, the people that I've studied and what I know to be true is, when you take yourself out of a position with money where it's sovereign over you and you become sovereign over it, you actually get more money coming your way, more abundance coming your way, because your security isn't placed in it. So you're not like a slave to it. You're not working for it, it's working for you. It's supporting your life and your creativity and your life's expression. So anyway, I actually did structure this video just a little bit in 3 points, and I'm gonna kind of free flow in between the points, but basically I wrote down my action item today. You know me and my big ass journal. This guy, I had a meeting with myself today, and there's the notes all crazy, and my cats were walking all over it. But I had a meeting with myself today saying, Rick, dude, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of this mindset, of the negative mindset. It's not going to get you anywhere. You got to get out. So I very intelligently sat myself down and had a meeting with myself, and started to do the work. Even though I don't know exactly where this business is coming or where my constant flow of income is coming. I know that it is coming. And I know that by me putting myself out there vulnerably like this, since it's not hard for me, and the benefit to you all and to my own grid is so big, of course I'm gonna do it, because that carries a really strong energy, and money is thought. Okay, I'm getting too far ahead. So anyway, this is what this video is about. It's about transcending and transmuting the idea and the thought that your own personal worth and validation is dependent upon how much money you have in the bank, or where you're at with your own finances, okay? And so that mentality alone is going to keep you in a lack mode, by the way. So anyway, my 3 points are: 1, I fully believe that you have 2 options. You have 2 realities that you can live in regarding money. 1, that there's enough, and 2, that there's not enough. And like my dad used to say, I understand it so much better now. Like, he used to say, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way you're right. So in my mind, if you think about money as you have to have this one particular job to have money, otherwise it's not going to come your way, then you're right. But if you also think about it in a form of you're opening up yourself to receive money from the unknown, which is the ultimate creation, and you're working every day with good intention, then you're working with some astronomical abundance and astronomical flow. So it's 2 realities. I struggle to say one of them is objectively true, because honestly, I do believe that there are infinite number of actual realities for people based on why they're here on earth, based on what kind of work they're here to do. I don't believe that there's an absolute for everybody. I believe that if you're resonating with this video, then you had to hear this message. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of just the way I look at life. And for me, since I'm aware of the 2 realities, I need to look at them and say, well, which one do I want? Do I want the reality where there's not enough money to go around? Or do I want the reality that there is enough money? Only one of those options is going to keep you in lack, and one of those options is going to keep you in abundance. I would like to believe in that there is enough, and there is enough abundance to go around. There's an infinite amount of resources and abundance to go around. So, since I believe that to be true, I'm going to lean into that reality, which leads me to step number 2. Once you choose your desired reality, your thoughts and behaviors must align with that reality. And this, I wrote down, this is where all of the triggers and all of the freaking AKA gold mines pop up. Because, let's go back to point number 1. I'm choosing a reality that there is enough abundance to go around, okay? And I'm going to be a real life example for you all and show you how it works, because it's real time and I'm going to be vulnerable. So, since I believe in that reality, my thoughts and my actions and my behaviors have to align with that reality, otherwise it's not an actual match. For example, how could abundance come my way if I'm feeling so dense and down and I'm just sitting on the couch watching Netflix and eating popcorn all day? How could it actually happen? Like, I'm woo-woo and all that, but don't get me wrong, I don't think money's gonna just come flowing through the door. I think that I have to get my hands in the dirt and work, and this is part of it. This is a big part of it. So if I believe in a reality that money can come out of any which way and I have to work for it, that means I have to align myself, my thoughts and my actions with that type of energy. So this is where I wrote down the many will get stuck here and the few will be delivered through action. And that's point number 3. So let me get a little bit more organized. Number 1, you have 2 realities that you can choose from. There is enough or there's not enough. Once you choose your reality, your thoughts and to fully live that out, your thoughts and your actions have to align with that reality. So if I believe that there's enough, I have to act and behave and think in a way that there is enough. And that's by me enjoying my present now moment. That's by me not fearing for the future. That's by me setting up my businesses in the proper way. That's by me talking to people with virtuously and kindly and respectfully, and just think how money operates. Money operates in a way that's attractive, and so be attractive to all of those things. Be your version of attractive. Wow, look at that beautiful dog. So anyway, okay, point number 2, once you choose your desired reality, your thoughts and behaviors must align with that reality. And point number 3 is notice that this is where many will get stuck into what I call quicksand, which is the thoughts in your head. I feel like those are just quicksand. That's quicksand, literally. It's the perfect metaphor. Because once one thought comes into your mind, I had this literally happen to me all last week. One thought came into my mind and I felt bad about it. Like, oh, whoa, I'm scared. Okay, well, then I act out of that fear, and then I call someone to look for help, and that reverberates with a needy energy. Now I'm identified with a needy energy. Now I'm needing money to come and save me because I'm not sovereign. So if I'm not sovereign, how am I going to be making sovereign money? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, but it's so scary. And so I validate you if you're in that right now, because I was in that last week and I might be in there again in the future. I don't know for sure, but all I know is I'm aware of it and I'm conscious of it, and I'm more than that, I'm working through it by putting myself in a position to monetize off of it. Do you feel me? Like, since these videos are not hard for me to post, and right now social is everything, I'm gonna go hard with social about these very touchy topics, because I found a niche that I can really speak to fluently. Like, it's as if I'm like a Java developer and they can just jump on and speak all about freaking developing code and whatever. I understand human technology and emotions and anxiety relief and therapy and ascension and higher awareness really well, because I'm so passionate about it. So I'm gonna jump on the algorithm and ride that train. Okay, so that's point number 3. If I was like the many, I would get stuck in the quicksand of the thoughts. And what do I always say? You cannot outthink your thoughts. You can only outbehave them. Those, you know what, are so good. Like, those thoughts, they're so quick. You know what I mean when you're anxious, right? Because one anxious thought, you're like, let me think about a thought to cover that anxious thought up. That anxious thought only fuels it. It's like adding fuel literally to the fire. It's like trying to put fire out with fire, and it doesn't work. And it's freaking nuts. It makes people nuts. And it bothers me that that's such a thing for us, but that's what we have to go through right now to ascend and to feel better about ourselves. Humanity in general, I'm speaking of now. And so if I am like the few, I'm going to take a stab at putting myself out there and out behaving those thoughts that are keeping me in a lower frequency, and I'm going to vibrate higher, which is me right now. So I'm thinking in a higher vibration. I am treating people more kindly because I'm not so scared. Think about you and your highest self. You're probably the best person to be around. When you feel secure with your job, feel secure with your partner, feel secure, or without a partner, feel secure with your love life, feel secure in all of your ways, you're probably amazing to be around, because people are innately good beings. People are innately beautiful beings. People are the most high-tech phenomenons, I want to say, in our existence. So people aren't just born bad or anxious or worried, you know what I mean? We're transmuting a lot of things here, people, and so we all have our roles to play, and if we all step in and step up, then the transmutation rather, happens at a desired speed of your own. So for me, since I'm making this video, I'm aligning people with other creators, and I'm aligning with other people that are like, hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna be sovereign. I'm just gonna try and be sovereign over my own life. And then we can co-create together, and then opportunities come, and then all of a sudden the corporations with the big backing, they follow the people, you know what I mean? They don't follow, what am I trying to say? The corporations follow what the people are looking for. So if you just bypass the middle person, which is bypassing the corporation, and go straight to what your fellow brothers and sisters on earth are looking for, and you can do that in the most creative of ways, you can be any type of artist you want to be, then really you are understanding the algorithm better than anyone else playing this little YouTube algorithm stuff. So I hope that this video is resonating, and I feel like it is, because the conversations I've had recently, a lot of my circle, and even, you know, people I'm not super close to, I feel like almost a sense of reprieve coming because of how hard we've been working and how shaken up we've been, and it's almost like we got in a huge car accident, all of us, everyone in the world, and we're just all like, whoa, what the frick happened just now? What are we doing? You know? And that's obviously with everything going on in society. And so it's really powerful time right now to make your life the way you want it to be. It's a really powerful time right now. You can look at it in any kind of way, but what I know to be true is it is a really powerful time right now. And don't get worried. Don't think that you're missing out if you don't do anything today. But just hear me out here. You cannot outthink your thoughts. You can only outbehave them. So next time you're trying to outthink your thoughts, just get up, go drink a glass of water, and go outside. Go in nature. Go barefoot and walk in grass. Go on a hike. Go somewhere in nature. Because nature transmutes energy so easily. That's just because it just is. It just does. And it doesn't deal with the emotions that we deal with. So work for yourself here, people. Like, work for yourself here, and work for the betterment of yourself, which is the betterment of your brothers and sisters and our humanity in general. So this is actually probably one of my favorite videos because I feel the most sovereign in it. I feel the most sovereign in it because I came out of the world of lack this past week, and I'm like, dude, I'm not doing another day. I'm not doing another day because it's too hard. I can't remember who says this, but basically, poor people have problems and rich people have problems. What kind of problems would you rather have? You know? So think richly, think abundantly, think lovingly, think virtuously, think handsomely, think attractively, think for the betterment of you, and follow those thoughts, because those thoughts are currency, and currency is money, and that's straight to your own bank. So man, I don't think I'm missing anything, but let me just check. Let me just go over the points one last time, okay? Number one, you have two realities that you can live in. One, there is enough. Two, there is not enough. Once you choose your desired reality, your thoughts and behaviors must align with that reality. And three, this is where people will get stuck, and only the few will be delivered through action. The many will be stuck in the quicksand that is anxious thoughts and acting out of fear. So I think I might follow this video up with some tips on how to like make this a thing. Maybe I'll make it a part 1, part 2. I'm not too sure yet, but anyway, I really felt you watching this, and I can see this going on different platforms. Like I'm really trying to bring some more awareness to the platform of LinkedIn, which is pretty crazy. Because, you know, we all know LinkedIn is very like suit-like, but I want to bring some of this to LinkedIn and see how anomalous that could be. My YouTube channel, obviously this just totally fits right in with it. This is the birthplace of it. My Instagram, this fits right in with it. And you can find me on all of those things, and you can connect with me on all of those things. And just know that the age of the guru is over. Like, you are the guru of your own life, and everyone's just trying to be an audience member of your own amazingness. Everyone's just trying to be an audience member of your own show. So do your own show. Make it dope. Make the production amazing. Make the experience like exceptional, and write your own beautiful story with the most beautiful colors on the most beautiful canvas, which is this experience in life. So anyway, love you all. That's it for now, and I'll talk to you soon.